Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to get that into there. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell to stay up to date with this build. That being said, let's get into it. Alrighty boys, plan for this episode is to get the engine back into the engine bay. So we need to do a couple of little things. Now I've got to get the GT35 on, and we can sort out the drain to come back into here. Hopefully we can get that sorted. When I pull the TDI5 off, I'll just measure up the drain. I think it's a 5/8, and I'll put an order in to get a 10 AM to 5/8 barb, so that should do that drain. And we are going to get obviously the intake manifold off. We'll get that off. We'll put the brackets on and the AC bracket so we can get the crane and get it back in. So yeah, and then we can start sorting out more wiring. Yay! Alright, so I got the GT35 on, and I've got the AN oil drain, and I got 11mm deep socket that I finally bought. So yeah, this does look like it's on a weird angle, but it's also because the engine is on a weird angle on the stand. So once it's in the car, it actually tilts back a little bit more, so you don't have a crazy tilt that way. Anywho, let's try to work out this drain. There we go, boys. I got the oil drain on. No, I'm just kidding. We got the steering that comes through here. That'll be on the other side. It'll be chopped probably about here and just have a straight fitting onto it. So going to obviously depend on the gearbox. So in this area here. So that's something we have to wait until we get it all together, and even maybe even the dump part. So, but yeah, that is one of the old scavenger pump lines. That's good. I think that was actually this one down into the sump. So that was the sump side. That was this one here, down. Alright, so yeah, I've kind of trialed that. It's time to pull the turbo system off, up pipe off, and I'll get the manifold off as well. That manifold sticks out a bit and it tends to catch on things, makes life a bit more difficult trying to get it in. So yeah, we'll strip that down. We'll come back when I've taken the intake manifold off. So it's going to be fully stripped down. You know what, guys? I nearly totally forgot about the cylinder floor coolant mod. That would have been awkward. Yeah, I've got. Actually, I'll use that barb there. I'll put that on and then join it. So goes to this fella here. Put it on, come up, got a T that'll go in there. All good. Otherwise, it's stripped down, exhaust off, manifold off, or intake manifold off. We need to put brackets on that we're going to use to lift this thing. Bonk. That's a good way to find you. Hello. Yeah, I'm about to put this in, and if I tried, I would have never got it in because of these pins. Got a pin in both sides. I've got a pin here. Don't have a pin there. So I'm gonna see if I can remove that pin there, because that was the reason why it was really hard to get this block out of the Impreza that I got it from. So let's see if I can tap that one out. But that was easy enough. It's out. Took like 5 seconds. Yeah, it's 25 to 10. Let's try to get this all in, bolted in by 10 o'clock. Let's see if we can do it. Alright guys, got it in, but it's now 10:22. Just had a little bit of trouble lining it up, but yeah. All good. It's all bolted in. All the bell housing bolts are on. Engine mounts are on. Pitch stop mount is on. What I'll do next is actually the flex plate here, or the drive plate. Put the 12mm in there, and then I will I need to do some wiring. I'll do wiring on a separate video, but at least everything is in the place where it needs to be now, so it should be a bit easier. Easy enough to do timing belt here without the radiator in and the fans. Yeah, I'll do the drive plate and then we'll go from there. When I was under the car, I was just looking up at all the AN fittings. Power steering, good clearance down there. That T piece for the drain has good clearance. Just have to see how this up pipe is. So I think after the up pipe is on, it's going to be pretty hard to get to that drain. I think the drains will have to go on first, which I don't have because I need to get that 5/8 bar fitting for the TD05. We've got the cooling one down here for the head, which doesn't interfere with the intercooler pipe, which is great. I need to do that. I thought I had some decent T-pieces that will fit in the heater hose, but it's too big for the actual other one to go into the cylinder, unless I just get two 5/8 barbs and call it a day. Anywho, let's do the drive plate. Alright guys, I've got the flex plate bolts all done up, and we have rotated back around to the marking. Hopefully I'm not 180 out. I guess I can put the exhaust manifold back on. A little bit harder from underneath, but oh well. Yeah, I might also tape up this section from here all the way through to here. That's what's under the manifold, because I don't have anything on that. Don't have anything going in on that, should I say. So should be good to tape that up, and that means we can get the manifold on and work on injectors and fuel lines and stuff like that. Cool. Alright guys, got the manifold back on. I don't think I've recorded since then. In a little while I decided to attack the wiring. So I've gone from here, so this is the one that goes up to the throttle body. I think I'm adding one into that, so I didn't do that yet. But went right across and all the way to the other end. So all the earth is in there. That is the earth for the shielding for the sensors, the cam sensor, crank sensor, cam sensor, and knock sensor. So that's the knock sensor there. It goes up that one a bit. The Elite 550 doesn't have a knock sensor, so I guess I'll be looking at that on the stock one, because I'm still running the stock ECU as well. I've got the Haltech coolant temp, I've got stock oil pressure to keep the ECU happy. This one is the fuel evap, so I'll keep that just to keep the environmental people happy. And we'll obviously have one running back. It's this one here. I'll run back into that one, so it vents back to the charcoal canister, which I believe is in the back of this one. Yeah. So that is everything under the manifold except for the coolant. I'll probably end up getting something similar to that one there, which is a barb to an AN. Then it can run across, that one will run across and to the bottom of the reservoir here. So a bit of distance there. That's an 8 AN, so I should have quite a bit left. I've got 6 meters of 8 AN to do the fuel line, and if it's sitting there, I might as well just use it for the water. Anyway, I'm going to put the manifold back on so nothing falls down here or crawls down there, and I might call it a night. It's about 11:15 now, so yeah. Alright, nice new gasket for the throttle body. Bolt that back on and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm going to delete these coolant lines. I'm sure the Haltech can control idle, so we'll get rid of that. I won't be using that, but I'll leave that there for now. Might eventually end up with a different throttle body. Any suggestions? Put them down below, guys, because this is a big eyesore with how good hopefully it's going to look. Alright boys, it's now 11:30. I got a little carried away. I'm not putting the power steering pump on because, yes, I know it, yeah, but now I can do my length for my power steering, which is definitely not that way. So before I put the engine in, I did make sure that all the fittings down on the rack were nice and tight. So I'll bring that up. So I probably have 30 to 40 centimeters left of the 6 AN. Yeah. Keep them together, bring it up nice and sweepy like that. Sick. I'll put the other hose on Make sure I'm not in the way of that one too. Hey, and obviously the intake is on. It's only on with 4 bolts, not even tight. Because when we go to do turbos and whatnot, I'm definitely going to be taking this off because it's just going to make things a lot easier getting up and around in that area, even getting down there to do the cooling. But as you can see, got plenty of room to work with the wiring with the intake on, so we are good there. I think I've mentioned it before, be taking that out, so we should be able to use the wiring for something else if I don't want to pull it all out. So we'll just have to trace it back to the ECU and make sure that we use the same wire, and that should work fine. Alright boys, definitely going to call it a night, and probably the episode, because next episode we will get stuck into the wiring. Still got a few things to come in. We've still got the Mishimoto oil sandwich plate, that's for a cooler. We've got the AN line for the fuel and fittings for that. I don't think I've got enough fittings, but at least now the engine's in and we can start playing around with placing things in the engine bay so we can route things properly. We'll probably end up just mocking up the cooler pipe as well when we go to put the modules around the engine bay, so we don't get things in the way of each other. Yeah, so next episode boys, we'll do the wiring and we'll just do that power steering line there too. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next episode when we dive into wiring. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next episode. Bye.